Hey there, YouTube. Silver Joker here. Managed to add a few more ounces to the stack. I'll show you guys exactly what I bought. I got a few interesting pieces in here that I've never seen before. I also bought some silver from my buddy Troy over in Kentucky. So I'll show you guys exactly what I bought. So if you're interested in any of that, stick around. Alright, so if you watch my videos, you know that I really don't go into a lot of detail about specific pieces that I show you guys. I figure if you really want to know what you see in this video, if you got a question about some of the pieces that you're seeing, put them in the comments and I'll answer that as best I can. To me, mostly it's not about the individual piece of silver, it's more about the weight, how much I can actually stack. And these are some really interesting pieces here. I mean, over at Main Street Coin in Hyde Park with Clay and Larry, they have, for some reason, he has the most interesting silver rounds in this generic bin. Now, this bin is usually full. Now, I bought everything you see in that bin, I bought. I think it was like 22, 23 ounces of silver. So I bought all of that. Also bought that 10-ounce Year of the Dog that you guys saw right in the beginning of the video. I'll show you a little bit more of that later. But the prices wasn't too bad. You know, it seems like to me that a lot of the silver bullion dealers are really trying to adjust to the scarcity of silver. Now, there's not a lot of silver around, in Cincinnati anyway. I've seen some videos of guys going to some of the coin stores where they're from, and they seem to have an abundance of the 90% silver. But everybody's hurting for the minted silver that we used to see a lot of. And I think that it's coming. It's just that it's taking some time. Now, there's lots of you know, the collector silver out there, a lot of the high-end, high premium ounces of silver out there. But when it comes to just your generic 3/9 fine silver, for some reason, it seems like that's really hard to get your hands on. But anyway, so I got this right here that you just saw. The box that I got was from my buddy Troy over in Kentucky. He sent me some silver. I bought, I think I bought somewhere around 40 ounces from him. This is that kilo. Man, this is a beautiful, holding this thing in your hands. There's nothing like holding the Scottsdale Stacker kilo in your hands. That's just one massive chunk of metal there. Beautiful chunk of metal. Now, this one has some condition issues, but like I told you guys before, and if you watch my videos, you know condition means nothing to me. It's all about the weight. Now, even in this condition right here, if I was to sell this kilo right now, I could get a premium for it, which I will not do. You guys know I'm not into selling anything right now. It's all collecting. It's all stacking to me. And on that note, I guess I want to talk to you guys a little bit. I get this all the time. I get the same question all the time. People are asking me, you know, how do you stack what you stack? How do you afford the silver that you buy? But look, this journey that I'm on now didn't start this way. You know, I've been buying silver for a lot of years before I decided that silver was how I was going to, you know, invest in my future. I mean, I used to buy silver just because I liked silver. So I buy it and, you know, I'd buy pretty much whatever I wanted. The high end, low end, it didn't matter. I mean, I just liked silver. But once I made the determination that silver bullion was the best way for me to preserve my earned wealth, you know, I started making plans to acquire as much of it as my income would allow. And this wasn't easy. I mean, I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about investing in precious metals or physical silver. Now, YouTube was great. You know, it was very motivating. YouTube is one of the most motivating things you could come across as far as a silver stacker or any stacker. I mean, there's example after example of people doing exactly what you want to do. What I want to do is stack silver. However, there's not a whole lot of information on how to do it. I mean, you know, when I first started watching the silver stacking videos, they made it look easy. I mean, ounce after precious ounce unboxed and added to these huge ever-growing stacks of silver bullion. But where did they get that silver from? I mean, how did they determine what silver to buy? I mean, they had to be rich. I mean, that was my thinking. So it was frustrating. I mean, I was highly motivated to start stacking silver, but I really didn't know where to start. I mean, I didn't know where to start stacking silver. And I realized that really what I was looking for was somebody to do it for me. I was looking for a step-by-step, easy way to start stacking silver. I wanted people to show me exactly the way they was doing it, but I didn't want to see the work that went into it. I mean, that's what I realize now, but not at the time. You know, and since I had decided to put a lot of my savings into silver bullion, the consequences for getting this thing wrong were extremely high. I mean, I had the potential to really harm myself financially. But then I remembered something. I was watching this show. Denzel Washington was accepting an award that he was getting for something that he was doing. And he said something that sticks in my mind. He said, ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Okay, so I took that to mean, you know, looking for and anticipating the easy way, expecting guarantees, most importantly, destroys motivation and forward momentum. I mean, because there is no easy way. Life offers no guarantees. So I realized that I was never going to get started on this journey until I stopped letting fear, self-doubt, lull me into this complacency and this kind of procrastination that I was in. I mean, I knew the value of stacking silver, and I knew this is exactly what I wanted to do, but there was absolutely a way to do it that was beyond just going down and buying a handful of silver. I mean, there had to be a way to do it, and there was a way to do it because my financial future was kind of riding on that. So I discovered really that you don't have to be smart to create a way to make what you want to happen. I mean, you only have to be clever enough really to follow the example of those who are smart enough, who have done it. And you know, when it comes to silver, I'm just gonna let you know, I'm all in. I mean, I am all in to saving for my future this way. I mean, silver is the way that I've chosen to secure my future financially. I mean, this is my journey towards what I honestly believe is the right path. And it don't matter what, I'm going to see it through to the conclusion. I'm going to see this all the way to the end. I'm going to ride this silver train to its last stop for me. Until I'm ready to get off of this silver train, I'm going to ride it. And it's going to take, I mean, it's going to really take act of God almost to deter me from saving for my future this way. You know, do I have other revenue generating investments? Of course I do. But silver bullion is the bulk of my savings. And unless some earth-shattering new convincing information comes to light, I mean, I'm going to continue to do it. This is my way to secure my financial future. And this is exactly how I'm going to do it. And you know, you have to do your journey your way. You have to come up with your own way to save for your future. Now, there's lots of other things to be motivated to do. Lots of other things in life that's going to come up that's beyond just saving silver for your future. But if you commit to something, if you commit to this, and in my case, in a lot of your case, if you're watching this video, is you've committed to stacking silver. This, you got to be committed. You got to go all the way. You can't go halfway. You can't be wishy-washy about this. You have to be all in. And it has to come from some passionate place. It has to come from some place where you have an absolute belief, a genuine 100% pure belief that what you're doing is absolutely essential to saving for your future. And that's where I'm at. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. You'll be notified as soon as I post another video. So, you know, let's just keep this silver train rolling. I mean, silver is very important. Right now is the time. You know, we all know that something big is getting ready to happen with silver. So, you know, if you commit to it, see it through to the end. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Keep stacking. Peace.